So if you're there on Friday night and you see a situation that you think needs addressing, what do you do? How do you go about it? What kind of things do you focus on? What do you say? How do you discipline? Sometimes it feels so scary. We've talked about verbal warnings, and we've talked about pulling kids aside, pulling them out of the program. So let's say, for example, you're there on Friday night and you see a fight between two girls. Not a full-on, cat fight, pulling hair, nails, but just, a bit of a bitchy argument, but they're cutting each other down, and it's not good. Depending on your understanding of the girls and who they are and what kind of behaviour we expect from them, you can choose whether you want to just say something and try and get them to stop what they're doing, or whether you want to pull them aside and talk to them. So, step one, if you decide to just say something, if they're arguing, if they're fighting, just step in there and go, hey girls, you really need to stop what you're doing isn't good. Maybe you can have a quick chat, why are you guys fighting? You really need to settle down, get back into the game or the activity or whatever's going down, or we're going to have to pull you guys out for a bit. Easy. Step two, if you do decide that you need to pull them aside, if the fight's so intense or if there's a safety issue going on, just pull them aside and try and understand why they're acting the way they are. Chat to them, ask them questions, and try and figure out why they're fighting, why they're doing the things that they're doing. Talk to them and use that opportunity and that time to connect with them. What's the deal? What's going on? After you understand, you still got to say to them, you guys need to stop what you're doing, and then you can say, if you can't do that, if you can't do what we've asked you to do, then we're going to have to take you home. So, if they do keep still doing what they're doing, if it's just out of control, at that point, if you haven't done it already, you really need to bring one of the other leaders, preferably Sam or Merrin or Laura or I, if no one else is around, into the situation, just so that you've got a couple people there deciding stuff and talking to them. And then if things are still going on, if you decide with this other leader that the person needs to go home, then go for it. Arrange for a leader to drop them off early. Feel free to do that. So it's the same process with the boys. Just say something, step into the situation, ask them to stop. If they still go on, pull them aside and talk to them. If that's still happening, bring Sam or Merrin on board and make a decision about whether the person needs to go home, and then arrange for that to happen.
Our top priority is developing self-discipline. The ultimate goal of behaviour management is not classroom style. We're not teachers and we're not a school. We're not here to run a youth program like that. The ultimate goal of this stuff is to help young people develop self-discipline with their behaviour. In each situation, at each step, consider whether your words and actions are going to help the person develop their ability to choose positive steps and cooperative behaviour, or if you're just telling them what to do. Give them a choice to replace their negative behaviour with positive. Leave it up to them with consequences if their negative behaviour is going to be ongoing.
To wrap it all up today, we think and we know that you guys are doing a fantastic job as leaders, and we're not just saying that. Seriously, we know that a lot of you feel a little bit like you don't like disciplining, like you don't know how to do it, like you've seen other leaders do it, and you can't do it that well. That's the way that you feel, but we've seen you guys when you have had to discipline in situations where you had to pull kids aside or had to take kids home, and every time you guys have done a fantastic job. Now, when we see you doing stuff like that, we want to encourage you. We want to give you feedback so that you can grow as a leader, so that you can develop your skills and your abilities. And so if we come up to you and say, what you did there, that was fantastic. Maybe in this different situation, you could try it a little bit differently this way next time. That's not criticism. We want to encourage you guys, and we want to give you guys feedback so that you can become even greater leaders. Trust your own ability to do that. Trust your own ability to lead and to manage behaviour. And if you're unsure, grab one of the other leaders and do it together as a team. We believe in you guys, and we know that you can do it. We know you have the abilities. Trust God to work through you. You're doing a great job as youth group leaders. You guys are fantastic. God bless. To wrap it all up today, we know and that